Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learn back once again in this YouTube segment. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Twitter followers. And the thing about this is what really inspired me, I guess you could say, to do this video, gave me incentive to do it, was I've seen at least a couple times, maybe even more, where people are tweeting on Twitter about others that follow them and won't interact with them or engage with them or what have you. The thing about that is, people have to understand that when you're following somebody on Twitter, doesn't mean you're going to necessarily engage with them, or at least on a consistent basis. I follow like around 8,000 people, I believe, on my Twitter account. There's no way I'm going to be able to engage and interact with every single one of them. And the thing is, you have also people that you have like celebrities that are being followed by millions of people. They're not going to be able to interact with all those people. Some celebrities, I do believe, are arrogant and they don't interact for those reasons. But in a lot of cases, you have a celebrity that's on there. It's got millions of followers just based on the inordinate amount of followers. They're not going to be able to follow those people, but all of them. And but when it's about following, what's interesting is that you have these followers, um, these people, I should say, these people that will complain about their own followers that won't engage with them. A lot of those people won't even engage with those people that are following them, or they may not even follow them back. So really, the complaining is not even warranted on this. You have to understand. I mean, the internet is very superficial anyway, and there's not going to be an overabundance of engagement that you're going to have in many instances when you're following, when you're following people or your followers. It's not. I mean, what I try to do though is courtesy. If somebody follows me, I like to follow back. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be engaging with them or whether at all or consistently. I even have it's interesting. I put up tweets very consistently. Anybody that's followed my Twitter account, my tweeting. I'm religiously tweeting almost every day, and I don't even get much activity on it. And I have, I believe, over 7,000 followers on Twitter, and it's just the way it's just the way things work on Twitter. And I think some people might become a little bit oversensitive pertaining to issues of people not engaging or interacting with them. But the first fundamental rule is, if somebody's going to follow you, at least follow them back, and then you could at least have a mutual following. And if you follow that person back, that other person may have a little more incentive to interact and engage with you. But in a lot of cases, it's just not going to happen, because when you look at things logically based on the amount of people many others will follow, they're not going to be able to interact with every single one of them. I mean, you can make a generic post and say, I wish all my Twitter followers well, and in that respect, you could be sending a message out to everybody that way, and it may not take that long. But it's not everybody's gonna see it in their feed. They're not gonna be cognizant of it anyway. So it's just something I find very preposterous when people will be putting tweets up like that. I could see though, let's say for example, if you're a person that has very few followers and you're not following many people, you can have more time to engage with those people on a consistent day-to-day basis, because there wouldn't be many people that you'd be following and you would have to be engaging with. So it can be done. But what people are asking in many instances, almost it's inhumanly impossible to actually interact with every single person you're following. So it's something very important to remember. And what I as I've stated before, I mean, I get very little activity on my tweets, and I have like, I believe I have over 7,000 people that follow me. I might get, maybe a couple, be like if I get a couple likes per day on average on my tweets. Say if I put one tweet up, it's a day where I have one tweet. I'll be lucky if each tweet is averaging 2 likes. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. So it's important not to take things like that to heart, because we don't really. A lot of it is about time consumption and what could actually be done during the day. Some people could be dealing with personal issues and crisis that they don't really have that motivation to be interacting with others. I do like certain tweets from time to time. I'll go to my home page and I see something up there from one of my people I've been following, and it comes up on my feed, and I like it. I may hit like on it, but you could only do so much in a given day, and people have to really be aware and understand that. I think in terms of what one could actually accomplish in a given day. And I mean, if let's say you have some celebrities on there that actually have noticed that they'll get their abundance and certified followers, and they'll follow a lot of those people back. If somebody's following like 200,000 people, there's no way they're going to be able to interact with them. So people just need to think a little bit more rationally and logically about this, and understand that things that they shouldn't take it to heart. Again, I don't get a lot of engagement on my posts, but I understand why this is, and it's not necessarily a personal thing. What's interesting though is you'll see some people up there, and I don't know how they do this, if it's maybe they're promoting their tweets. I'll see people up there, a number of instances where they'll make a tweet, and it seems like the likes on their tweet are not proportionate at all with their amount of followers. It's disproportionate. The likes are disproportionately higher that they get on their tweets than the followers they have. Like, for example, you could have somebody that might have 10,000 followers. How did they get 100,000 likes on the tweet? I mean, there's just things that look a little suspicious. I understand you have promotions. I guess some tweets are promoted. They're doing it. I mean, I believe they can be. You might want to confer that with, on the internet, on Twitter, whatever. But I believe you can promote tweets. And I guess what happens is if it gets a lot of shares, it can get an exorbitant amount of likes that are disproportionate with the amount of followers that the person has. So maybe that has something to do with it. But it's interesting that I believe, again, not to be redundant with this, I believe I have over 7,000 followers, but yet I'll be lucky if I get 2 likes on my tweets per day. I give myself a like on it so make it mandatory, so I make sure I give myself assurance that I get 1 like per day. So maybe I really mean 3 likes, because maybe I should say, excluding myself, I'd be lucky if I get 3 likes per day on average on tweets, because I get some that might get 4 or 5 or 6 likes every now and then. Maybe the average is really about 3 for me, 2.5, but whatever it is, it's a very minuscule amount in contrast to the amount of followers I have. And people have to remember, don't take it to heart if people aren't engaging with you. I mean, if you've got 10 people that are engaging with you consistently, I'll be honest with you, you're doing much better than I am. I might have 3 people, 4 people, that might engage with me somewhat consistently on there, but a lot of times we get dominated by self-interest. We become engrossed in our own things too, and that plays a role. But it's just a simple fact. If you look at the numbers, that's in summation, that's really why you don't have a lot of people won't have a lot of engagement from their followers. And again, if somebody follows you, just follow them back. Give them the courtesy. I know people aren't oblivious. There's a lot of people that I'll follow. There's astrologers out there that I believe they know I follow them. They just chose not to follow me for whatever reasons. sometimes people just don't want to follow others because their homepage it becomes inundated with tweets from different people, and maybe they're just trying to focus on the certain tweets from certain individuals, and I respect and understand that. I don't take that to heart, but anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.